didn't warn this girl about how their natural food is dogs, but they hunt in packs, and this is a pack.
No, I didn't.
You get 7 of them together, they get feisty.
I trained them to breathe. Did I hit it with the lens?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, I didn't get him too up.
I trained them to breathe.
To breathe?
Yeah.
I figured that would be like a natural. That's pretty sweet.
How long did it take you to get this house?
They like dogs?
A yummy dog coming.
They don't mind dogs.
Alright, that's good.
A pound a week, huh?
How'd you train them like that?
I just raise them in an environment where they don't feel scared, and I bring them out, get them used to people.
An environment of purple couches?
Oops, I keep bumping into that guy. Sorry.
It's all good. They look like it bothered him.
But it's also their natural instincts. You put 10 of them together, they hunt in packs.
Yeah.
You know, you have 3 of them alone, they just don't want to do anything.
Nothing but Tylenol. Right. This is working. My doctor said I should not go on ibuprofen or anything of those. And I
How often do these guys eat? I mean, they eat like once a week.
Once every couple days. I feed them every 3 days.
Oh, you do?
They would eat every day, but
What?
they don't have to.
Or would they just keep growing bigger and bigger if you fed them every day? Cheers, you real toys.
Okay.
They're not real?
Amazing what you can do with machines.
You think they're not real?
There you go. What iguanas like this?
Oh, they are real. Oh, weird. How do you get them to stay like that?
They're just calm and relaxed.
Oh wow. No. The kid
Oh,
inside.
and it's not an iguana.
What is it?
Yeah, it is.
They're Chinese water dragons.
Oh.
They look a lot like iguanas.
How do you like just?
They're just very tame.
Why are they keeping their arms like that?
They're comfortable. They wouldn't do anything
I'm gonna go up the second
that's not comfortable.
visit my grandson.
Yeah, it might be less. I don't want it to interfere. People get a little intimidated. I want to capture some natural reaction.
They were by for a while. HBO bought the rights to Shirley Sue's representative.
Yeah, it's on the productive activities. Well, the Chinese really hammered me on the double hull tankers. Tanker market was doing pretty well.
Oh.
This one didn't have much of an APR, was only
We can line up
50
in
cents
line
a
for
day.
it to get stolen.
So I thought, well, what the heck, I'll set, a nice low purchase and give myself a fairly tight stop. Bam, it just sailed right through all that stuff. It was about I think it went down basically $1 for the day.
Yeah, I mean, I gave up on using stops because it's usually a panic thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's the problem, and it just goes right past the stop, or it sells your stock at the very bottom, and then when it starts to rise, you're already out. I mean, that's not my preferred method.
I set a stop on ASX semiconductor. And that worked out pretty well. I started with my 2 ATRs stop when I bought it. Gives it a lot of play down. But then as it moved up, I said, this is moving up too fast. So I shrank the stop to the minimum, which was 10 cents.
Yeah, if it moves up real fast, you think it's going to sell off, right?
And so went up to 613.
Yeah.
And
was so
came right down again. 613 then gave me a 603 trailing stop. You know, it was a moving stop. So it came down, and when it came down, it triggered the 603 triggered, but I was out at 601, so that wasn't too bad. That was a stop that worked surprisingly well. I was surprised. But no more overnight orders, though. Boy, this goes up. The market this whole week has been wild at the open.
Oh my God, has it been wild?
It's gapped up, it's gapped
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
pretty substantially every morning. Which, of course, says overnight orders. And, overnight market orders I never do. But, my attempt at using limits did not work well. I started experimenting around. I wanted to see how well this broke. That's the beauty choice. I will say they execute pretty darn quick.
Well, which stock exchange do you?
Well, they'll